If A is to B equals 2 is to 3 and B is to C equals 4 is to 5, what is the ratio of A is to B is to C?
So we are given two ratios, that is A is to B and B is to C, and if you observe carefully, B is repeated in both of them. So for the first one, I can assume the proportionality constant or the missing factor, what we used to call it, as 2x and 3x. But for the second one, we can't assume it to be x again. So we have to assume a different variable, that is y. Now you see that 3x and 4y is nothing but the same quantity. So 3x is equal to 4y. And from here I can write y in terms of x as... Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute it back in this one. So 4y becomes 3x and 5y is going to become 15 by 4x. Now I have to calculate the ratio of A is to B is to C. So it's nothing but 2x is to 3x is to 15x by 4. But this doesn't look good because there is a variable here. We can't have that. Since it's common, we can cancel it out. Next, this 4, I can just multiply all the ratios by 4 and obtain 8 is to 12 is to 15. This 4 gets cancelled when I multiply this by 4. And this is nothing but our answer.
Now there is a really cool way to solve this. For A, B, C, you write down the ratios as given, that is 2, 3 and 4, 5. Now, whatever be this number, you repeat it here once. And whatever be this number, you repeat it here once. Next, you multiply all of these. 2 into 4 is 8, 3 into 4 is 12, and 3 into 5 is 15. And again, you got the same answer. A sum of rupees 4500 is divided among x, y, z in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 4. Find the share of y.
So this is really similar to the problem that we did in our previous lesson. See, 2 units, 3 units and 4 units constitute to 4500. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9. 9 units is equal to 4500. So 1 unit will be equal to 500. So now you can obtain all the partitions, and since we need the partition of 3, it's going to be 3 into 500, that is 1500. And this is your answer. Now before we dive into the next question, we need to know a little bit about proportionality. So let's say A is to B is proportional to C is to D. What I mean by this statement is nothing but A by B is equal to C by D. And I can also write this as AD is equal to BC. And this relationship is called the product of means is equal to product of extreme. This is called the fourth proportional. This one is called the third proportional. And these two, as you know, is called the means. Okay. So these are a few things that you need to know before we can solve the next problem. What is the fourth proportional to the numbers 5, 8 and 15? The question is actually asking us this thing. And we have to determine what is this question mark. I can just write down 5 by 8 is equal to 15 by, let this question mark be x. So x is nothing but 15 by 5 times 8, which comes out to be 24. And this is going to be your answer.
What is the mean proportional between 9 and 25?
Now when just two numbers are given, what we mean by mean proportional is that these two quantities are same and these are what is missing. So let these be x. So 9 by x is equal to x by 25. So you see that 9 into 25 is equal to x square. And x is nothing but plus minus 15. Now since we are talking about just the positive quantities, so we'll just write x is equal to 15 and exclude the negative one.
The ratio of incomes of A and B is 3 is to 4 and the ratio of their expenditures is 2 is to 3. If both save rupees 1000, what is the income of A?
Since these are two different ratios, we can assume the constant to be x here and the constant to be y here. So saving of each one becomes 3x minus 2y. This is of A, and the saving of B is nothing but 4x minus 3y, and both are equal to 1000. So we have two equations, two variables, we can find it out. So if you just take these two equations, you are going to obtain that x is equal to y. And if that is the case, then 3x minus 2x is equal to 1000. That means x is equal to 1000. Now I have to determine what is the income of A. So this is nothing but 3 into 1000, which is equal to 3000. And that is your answer. If 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C, then find the ratio of A's to B's to C. So there are two ways to solve this problem. First of all, let's assume that this is x. So A becomes x by 2. Just taking these two, B becomes x by 3. And similarly, C becomes x by 4. The ratio of A's to B's to C is nothing but x by 2 is to x by 3 is to x by 4. And x and x gets cancelled off. So the LCM of 2, 3, 4 is 12. So if we multiply this by 12, we are going to get rid of all the denominators. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and this is 3. So this is going to be our answer. Now we can directly assume this x to be 12. Now since this x gets cancelled off, we don't bother. A is nothing but 6, B is nothing but 4, and C is nothing but 3. So this is going to be our ratio. Two vessels contain milk and water in the ratio 3:1 and 5:3 respectively. If both vessels are mixed in equal quantities, what is the ratio of milk to water in the new mixture? In this problem, we are going to use a clever trick. Okay. So 5 plus 3 is 8 and this is 4. I see that their LCM is 8. So let the total quantities of these individual mixtures be 8, which is mixed. So 8 liters of this and 8 liters of this. So this constitute milk and water in the ratio 3:1. So it's going to be 6:2. And this is 5:3. So it's going to be 5:3. These are liters. This is milk, water. Now you see, when we mix these two mixtures, the total quantity of milk will be nothing but 6 plus 5, that is 11. And total quantity of water will be nothing but 2 plus 3, that is going to be 5. So this is going to be our answer. The ratio of present ages of P and Q is 3:4. 5 years ago, the ratio of ages was 5:7. Find their present ages. So this is a really famous problem of linear equation in one variable. So let their present ages be 3x and 4x. 5 years ago, this is going to be 3x minus 5. And that is going to be 4x minus 5. And now if you take the ratio, 3x minus 5 divided by 4x minus 5 is going to be 5:7. So now you cross multiply this. So 21x and this will become 20x. If you bring it this side, this will become x. And this will become minus 25 and this will become minus 35. So if you take it that side, it's going to be 35 minus 25, which is 10. So x comes out to be 10. Therefore, the present ages can be written as 30 and 40. This is going to be your answer. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. If 9 is subtracted from each, the new numbers are in the ratio 12:23. So two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. Let them be 3x and 5x. And then subtract 9. And this becomes 12 and 23. Now 23 into 3 is nothing but 69. And 23 into 9 is nothing but 230 minus 23, that is 207. And 5 into 12 is 60x. And this is nothing but 108. If you take it that side, it's going to be 99. And if you take it this side, it's going to be 9. So 9x is equal to 99. That means x is equal to 11. The smaller of the number is nothing but 3 into 11, which is 33. And this is your answer. A bag contains 50 paise, 25 paise and 10 paise coins in the ratio 5:9:4, amounting to rupees 206. Find the number of 50 paise coins. So a bag contains 50 paise, 25 paise and 10 paise, the number of coins in this ratio. Now we can just assume that the numbers to be 5x, 9x and 4x. Now just multiply these. So 5 into 50 is 250. So 250x is the total money amounting due to 50 paise coins. 9 into 25 is 225. It's 225x plus this is 40x. If you add all of these up, it will come out to 475 plus 40, which is going to be 515. So this is 515x. And this is in terms of paise. Now the value of this is given to be 206. But notice that 206 is rupees. So we have to multiply it with 100. Now 515 times 4 is 2060. So I have to cancel a 0 here. This will become 40. So x is nothing but 40. So the number of 50 paise coins is nothing but 5 times 40, which is equal to 200. And this is your answer. Oh, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.